In this universe, there's a world made from two twin planets that come with dual gravity, allowing them to orbit each other extremely close without issues. There are 3 natural rules that keep everything in order. All matters are pulled only by the gravity of their planet of origin. An object's weight can be offset using matter from the opposite world, which receives the name of inverse matter, and matter in contact with inverse matter starts burning after a few hours of contact. These 2 planets are so close to each other that they have become each other's sky views. They also keep the 2 classes separated. The upper world is rich and sophisticated, full of technological advances for the upper class to enjoy, while the lower world is dark and poor. The upper world exploits the lower world's resources for its own benefit, and they own the only company that has a building connecting both planets, called Transworld. In this company, people from different worlds are allowed to interact for the sake of work, and it comes with its own facility for the rich people to enjoy alternate gravity for the sake of curiosity. Outside this building, people from different planets aren't allowed to interact, and the law will punish them if they do so. It's in an orphanage in the lower world where young Adam lives after he lost his parents to a trans-world factory explosion that destroyed half the city. His only living relative is his great-aunt Becky, who Adam visits on the weekends, getting to enjoy her flying pancakes. The secret behind these pancakes is in a book that Adam will inherit someday. It turns out Becky uses pollen from pink bees, who pollinate flowers from both worlds and live in the Sage Mountain. One day, Becky sends Adam to that mountain to collect pollen, and he gets to climb to the highest point, allowing him to touch the upside-down rain from the other world. When Adam throws a toy plane up, it falls on the upper world and is caught by a cute girl that instantly becomes his friend. From that day on, the 2 of them keep on meeting there, and once they become teenagers, Adam and Eden start a romantic relationship. Adam always uses some rope to bring Eden over to his world, that way they can kiss, hug, and share food from each other's home. One afternoon, while Adam is taking Eden for a run through the woods, they are found by a group of guards that open fire on them. Adam rushes back to the mountaintop and tries to send Eden back to her world using the rope as carefully as possible, but when one of the bullets hits Adam's arm, the rope slips from his hands and Eden falls on the ground, hitting her head. After crying his grief out, Adam returns home, where he has to watch how Becky is arrested and her house is burned down. 10 years later, Adam works in a mechanic's shop with fellow orphan Pablo under the mentorship of their boss Albert. When he has free time in the shop, he works on developing an anti-gravity formula for facelifts by using pink bee pollen. Unfortunately, so far it only works for a few seconds because the equipment he needs to advance can only be found in the upper world. One afternoon, Adam is watching television when she discovers Eden is still alive and working for Transworld, so he decides to get a job there as well to get a chance to meet her. By showing them his experiments with anti-gravity matter, he quickly gets the position, but Adam is also reminded he shouldn't interact with people from the upper world for anything that is not job related, and that if he steals any of the inverse matter he'll be given for his research, he will get in serious trouble. When Albert learns about this turn of events, he is furious with Adam, considering him a traitor for teaming up with the company that has destroyed their city. After reminding him that Transworld took his entire family, Adam reminds Albert that he isn't a fan of Transworld either, but it's his only chance to have a decent life. Then the 2 reconcile with a hug. Meanwhile, Eden is going to a support group to help her deal with her amnesia, which she's had since she fell that day on the mountain. On his first day of work, Adam is giving his first batch of inverse matter and access to a refrigerator to keep it safe. He also gets to befriend Bob, an employee from the upper world that invites him to meet him in the smoking room because nobody will see them there. Bob is a collector of stamps and asks Adam to get them some from the lower world. Adam accepts if in return Bob finds a way for him to get in contact with Eden. As days pass, Adam works hard on his anti-gravity formula while discreetly stealing a bit of inverse matter every day, which he hides inside a suitcase in the maintenance room. He also starts growing special flowers under his desk. Bob is incredibly happy when Adam brings him the stamps, and not only he gives him Eden's office number, he also brings Adam some nice clothes he can wear for when he finally gets that date. The experimentation with the cream goes well when Adam tests it with a dog, getting him approval to start testing with humans too. After that successful afternoon, Adam pretends to stay behind in the office to work extra hours, and once everybody is gone, he uses Bob's phone and name to arrange a meeting with Eden, saying it is for work reasons. Later in the evening, Adam gets Pablo and Albert to help him make a special suit to hide the inverse matter in, that way he can see Eden while pretending to be from the upper world. Pablo wonders what exactly Adam's plan is here because even if Eden takes him back, the law will never let them be together, but Adam dismisses his worries. The next day, Adam changes in the maintenance room, and his body changes gravity as soon as he puts on the inverse matter on his clothes. He has to leave in a hurry because a guard hears him around and comes to investigate, but he manages to take the elevator before he gets caught. Sadly, seeing Eden again isn't as exciting as he hoped because there is a huge problem: she doesn't remember him. After hearing from the secretary that Eden has amnesia, Adam sticks to work-related conversation while occasionally dropping hints about their childhood together to see if it triggers something in her, to no avail. Eventually the inverse matter in Adam's clothes begins burning him, so he rushes out of the room claiming to need to relieve himself. In the bathroom, He wets the inverse matter to cool it down a bit, and before going back, he decides to pee, but since he is from the lower world, his urine floats up and hits the ceiling, activating the alarm. Now Adam has to run back to the lower world to avoid being discovered, leaving Eden waiting for him for nothing. The following day, the company's CEO announces which employees will be fired next, which seems to be a regular occurrence in trans world. The list of employees includes poor Bob, who is told it is time for him to retire after 31 years of service. At the end of the day, Bob says goodbye to Adam and gives him a box pretending it's extra tools for his experiments, but he actually includes his ID so that Adam can leave the building through the upper world door. After Bob is gone, Adam uses his phone again to contact Eden and ask her out on a date. Using the inverse matter suit and Bob's ID, Adam gets to visit the upper world for the first time and is amazed by the way technology can be found in every corner. He meets with Eden at a restaurant and can't help asking her how come she doesn't remember him, but Eden gets so upset about her lack of past memories that Adam changes the story to mean randomly seeing each other in the elevator. The two of them have a lovely meal together, and when Adam's shoes start burning, he ends the date, promising Eden to see her again soon before running to the nearest river and jumping into the water. Then he drops all his weights and lets them sink. That way he returns to his own world naturally by letting gravity take him back into the opposite river. That night, Eden dreams of blurry mountaintop meetings and Adam's voice. Sometime later, Adam makes a presentation at the company to show how the cream is finally working on human faces as intended. Eden shows up to ask if he's really Bob, and since their bosses are there, Adam can't lie and tells her his real name. Eden leaves in tears thinking he must have been trying to scam her, so Adam drops the presentation in the middle of it and goes looking for her after changing into the new inverse matter suit he's made. Eden's secretary tells him she's left the building and Adam does the same using Bob's ID again, but this time the system is up to date and recognizes the card as terminated, which means guards start chasing Adam too. Adam runs through the city and realizes he only has one way to lose the guard. He takes off his weights and lets gravity take him up to hide underneath a building balcony. That night, Eden dreams again, and this time she remembers her entire first meeting with Adam when they were kids. In the morning, Adam goes to Bob's house, who doesn't hesitate to hide him for a while and fixes his suit to make it stop overheating anymore. As thanks, Adam shows Bob his anti-gravity formula, explaining he didn't tell Trans World the final ingredient so they can't steal it from him. The people at Trans World are realizing this too, and the CEO orders his guards to find Adam before the cops do. A few moments later, Adam visits the same restaurant and is pleased to find Eden waiting for him because she finally remembers it all. The couple reunites with a kiss, but unfortunately their sweet moment is interrupted by the police coming after Adam, forcing him to escape through the window and lose his weights again to let gravity take him back to his own planet. While reporters on TV cover the story of a fugitive from the lower world, Adam returns to the mountaintop, which is the perfect step to take because Eden does the same on her side. The couple reunites once again when Adam jumps over with his inverse matter suit and they get frisky while they float around thanks to their combined gravities. Shortly afterward, the guards find the couple and begin chasing them through the woods, thus Adam decides to take off the inverse matter weights and grab Eden to take her with him as his planet's gravity does its thing. They end up stuck inside the old abandoned structure of a Zeppelin, and when Adam is accidentally hit by a bullet, he urges Eden to let go of him so she can save herself. Eden ends up being arrested, and Adam miraculously survives by landing on top of a tree. As Adam makes his way back home, he's approached by two agents sent by Trans World that leave him an ultimatum. If he gives them the complete anti-gravity formula and promises not to contact Eden again, then they will drop all the charges. While Adam starts to come to terms with the fact he is lost and he'll be a loser in the lower world forever, Bob continues to experiment with the anti-gravity demo Adam left behind and manages to take it one step further by combining it with water. In the meantime, Eden receives the special flowers Adam had been growing, inspiring her to go to Bob for help. The next day, Adam is working with Albert again when he's suddenly visited by Bob, who has managed to come to the lower planet by using the updated anti-gravity formula on himself, since the body is mostly made out of water. He's also sacrificed his stamps to make some money and bought the patent under Albert's shop's name before Trans World did, so their future is secure. Lastly, Bob tells Adam he has a date waiting for him. After changing into nicer clothes, Adam rushes to reunite with Eden, who is in the lower world thanks to Bob and the updated formula, meaning she now can stay here permanently. She's also brought big news: she's pregnant with twins. The couple is happy to start a family together, and thanks to Albert's business picking up through the formula and the birth of the first kids that can live in both worlds, society slowly begins changing until both worlds become equal in class and technological advances. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.